What's up guys, this is AppleTech752 and welcome back to another awesome iCloud bypass video. Today I'm going to show you how to bypass iCloud activation lock on the iPhone 5S. However, this method also works for the iPad Air first generation as well as the iPad Mini 2. I'm going to be introducing the next brand new version of my bypass tool, SLIVER 4.3, and I'm about to show you all the incredible features it has to offer, as well as demonstrate the iPhone 5S bypass. This method works from any version of iOS and can never be patched by Apple. So let's get started with this awesome step-by-step tutorial. So as you can see, I have my iPhone 5S connected right now after a fresh restore to iOS 12.4.6, and it is indeed at the activation lock screen. So to start this video, we're going to go ahead and download a few things. The first one is of course SLIVER version 4.3. So you can go ahead and download this zip file from my website at appletech752.com. Just click on the downloads page and you should see it right at the top labeled the latest version. And then next we're going to need an IPSW file. So to get that, we can just go over to ipsw.me, click on iPhone, and now we're going to want to scroll down and find the iPhone 5S Global. And once you are here, go scroll all the way down until you find iOS 10.3.3. This one right here. And it's okay that it's not signed, that's totally fine. We're just going to go ahead and click the download button, and it's going to go ahead and download it right here. I already have it on my desktop. So the next thing we're going to need is the Vuix by Matthew Pearson. So we're going to go ahead and download this by just going to the GitHub page. This is github.com/MatthewPearson/Vuix, and then we're going to just click on clone download and download zip. And just like that, we have all the files we need for the video. To start, we're going to go ahead and open up SLIVER v4.3 and open up the README because it has some really important instructions in here and I just want to go over them with all of you. I have it in all of these different languages so that hopefully everyone who reads this can understand, but basically we have to first put the app in the applications folder, and then after that we have to run this one command that gives us permissions to access everything. So I'm going to start by just dragging and dropping SLIVER into the applications folder. And just like this, we have it right here. So now we're just going to click on Show Package Contents and just expand this folder right here, and you'll find a folder titled Resources. So we're just going to go into Terminal and we're going to type in chmod-r755, hit the spacebar once, and then drag and drop the Resources folder and click Enter. And this is basically going to go ahead and give us permission to access everything in the app, so we won't have any sort of errors relating to user permissions or anything like that. So once we're done with that step, we can go ahead and move on. Let's go into our applications folder right here and launch SLIVER. And just like this, we are inside of the latest version of my bypass app. So we're going to click on A7 bypass. And as you can see, there are other options for the iPad Air and the iPad Mini 2. If you're following along with one of these devices, the process is exactly the same. You're just going to want to click the right button. Obviously, I'm going to do the iPhone 5S. And the first step is the Vuix downgrade. So we're going to click on that. And as you can see, there's a list of steps right here. So we already downloaded the IPSW. We already downloaded the Vuix. And now we just have to make sure we have Python 3 installed. So if you don't have Python 3, then look back in my early bypass packages when I first released videos about checkrain. I've got some Python installers in there. You can also just Google it. It's really simple to install Python 3. And then once you have all that, you can basically go into Terminal and type in pip3-r and go into the Vuix folder and drag and drop the requirements text. And just like this, it's going to go ahead and install all of these requirements. However, I already went ahead and installed them for this video, so I'm not going to repeat the process, obviously. And then, of course, if any of them don't install correctly, just go to the GitHub issues page and they'll be able to help you out. And then lastly, once you've done that, we're going to go ahead and open up Terminal one more time and drag and drop the Vuix executable right here. And just like this, we should get the program loading here. Again, if you don't get the program, it's a dependencies issue, and you can make a post about that on GitHub or see what other people have asked, and then you should be able to figure it out. So once we're here, we're just going to type in /VIEUX, and then we're going to drag, or first we're going to type I, and then we're going to drag and drop the IPSW file. So here it is on our desktop. So let's drag and drop, and now click enter. It looks like we didn't CD into the folder, so I'm going to go ahead and do that first. CD space Vuex master. So go ahead and drag and drop. There we go. And now we're just going to type /VIEUX-I and drag and drop the IPSW. And now before we click enter, go ahead and put your device into DFU mode. So I'm going to hold down the power button until I see the slide to power off, and now continue holding the home button until the screen turns black. And now I'm going to let go of the power button and just keep holding the home. And once you've done everything right, iTunes should pop up and tell you you are in DFU mode or recovery mode. That's perfect. So we're going to go ahead and wait for iTunes to tell us, and then quit iTunes. And just like this, once you've typed in this command, Vuex-I, drag and drop the IPSW, go ahead and click enter. And this is basically going to start the downgrade process to iOS 10.3.3, which is absolutely necessary because it's the only firmware that supports the RAM disk method. It's actually a very stable firmware, but we're just going to be downgrading first and then bypassing. All right, and as you can see right here, our device didn't enter PON DFU mode the first time. That's perfectly normal, so we're going to go ahead and restart it. And I'm going to enter PON DFU again. It may take a few tries because this exploit is very unstable for A7 devices, so it's not something that you can get on the first try every time. So we're restarting right now. I'm going to hold the power for 3, 2, 1, hold the home, and now wait for the screen to turn black, and keep holding the home. And just like this, we got the iTunes pop-up again. So go ahead and quit, and now we're going to go back in here and hit the up arrow to get the same command. And just like this, we got an error, so we're going to keep trying again and again until we get the exploit to succeed. This process may take actually up to 20 tries, so I'm just going to go ahead and speed up the video while I do all of these processes, and then we'll be back when it's finished. And just like this, the exploit finally worked. It literally took me, I'm not even kidding, like over 15 tries. I swear I've been on video for like the past 12 minutes. Obviously, when you're watching it, it's much faster. I've sped it up for you, but man, this is crazy. You have to really have some patience here to get this exploit to work. But anyways, it's restoring now. So once you have successfully moved past the assertion error, which will happen at least, I'd say 10 times before it succeeds, then go ahead and just wait for the program to restore. But it's absolutely extremely important, guys, that as soon as this process finishes, don't wait for the Apple logo. Do not wait for the final progress bar. You have to immediately go into DFU mode when the restore finishes. I cannot stress this enough, guys, because so many people just let their device boot up straight to the setup screen and they don't go into DFU, and that will mess you up. So you have to make sure to go right into DFU mode after the restore. So I'm going to be back as soon as the restore is finished, and I'll walk you through that process of going into DFU. All right, and the restore just finished. So immediately, as soon as we see the Apple logo, hold the power for 3, 2, 1, hold the home, and continue holding the home and power. And now wait for the screen to turn off. And now let go of the power button and continue holding the home button. This step is probably the most important step of the entire process. We have to go into DFU immediately after the restore finishes. So just like this, iTunes is telling us that we are in recovery mode, so we are all set. Let's go ahead and quit iTunes and continue with the tutorial. Now that we're in DFU, we can go ahead and close out of terminal and dismiss this pop-up right here. And at this point, we're going to run the iPon DFU exploit again. This time we're going to use my app SLIVER to run the exploit, so it's going to tell you exactly if it was successful or not, so you don't actually have to worry about dealing with the terminal, which is kind of nice, but it will take a few tries, because as you can see right now, iTunes opened. This means the exploit was not successful. Right here we do not have any text, so I'm just going to click ignore. And now we're going to restart the device and try it again. And basically we need to repeat this process the same amount of times we repeated it for the restore. It is almost the exact same thing, just running the exploit, and it may take 15 to 20 tries. So I'm going to go ahead and keep doing this, and I'll be back when it is successful, and I'll tell you how many tries it took me. And just like this, as you can see, it says device is now in PON DFU mode. This is very, very important that you see that it actually is in PON DFU. If it just tells you this part above and doesn't say anything about the PON DFU mode, that means it did not succeed. So you need to see this message right here in order to know that it was successful and move on to the next step. Okay, so once you have this, the device is in PON DFU mode, click OK. And we're going to allow the unsigned files. And just like this, iTunes opened up again for whatever reason, but we're going to quit it. And as you can see, it says successfully applied patches. This is the step that allows us to load the RAM disks without any sort of signature check verification. So we're just going to click OK and now execute the payload. In this step, if you've done everything right, it's going to go ahead and reboot the device, and there should be no more iCloud. Just like this, we got a nice little pop-up, and our device is verbose booting and sending the payload. And just like this, in a moment here, it should reboot, and we'll be booting right back up to the springboard with no more iCloud. So I'm going to speed up the video and show you when it's finished. And just like this, the device booted right up to the home screen. As you can see, we are in the device now. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect it from the computer and show you that everything is perfectly working. Control center right here. And we have our camera working perfectly as well. We are in settings. General about, let's go and see that we are on 10.3.3. Fully iCloud bypassed. And in order to download apps, just go ahead and sign in with an account that you already have the apps downloaded on, and then use the purchase section, and you can actually get applications as well. And then my collaborator, Exploited, is working on a fix for Helix as well, so that we can actually jailbreak the device and do all sorts of cool stuff with it. Anyway, guys, this is fully untethered, so I'm going to show you right now that we can restart, and there will be no more iCloud returning when the device boots up. So I'm just going to stay live with you all right now and not speed anything up here, so you can see that we are indeed fully bypassed and there is absolutely nothing coming back at us when we reboot. Alright, and just like this, we are inside of the springboard again, and we did not have to do any sort of jailbreak or any step whatsoever to make it untethered. It is fully untethered right from the get-go, so we have a fully working, untethered iCloud bypass for the iPhone 5S. This is absolutely awesome and can never be patched by Apple. So hope you guys liked the video. Feel free to give it a huge thumbs up and share it around with everyone you know so that the whole world can get to bypass their iPhone 5S and enjoy this awesome method. And of course, if you need any help, go check out reddit.com/r/setupapp. It's an amazing community where you can make posts and people will respond to you. It's like the bypassing community. And then of course, follow me on Twitter and subscribe to my channel for updates. And until next time, peace out.